Hey, what's up everybody? So Terry Bogard's been out for about a week now, and just like any other DLC character, I know ranked and casual matches is nothing but Terry's. Let's get right into it with our first tip. So the first counter that you're going to have to learn against Terry is how to beat his target combo from crouching medium kick to hard kick. Now, this is -16 on block, so no Terrys in the world are ever going to stop here. They're either going to do a drive rush after if it's blocked, or they might try to go with a special ender to kind of throw you off. But don't worry, because I got you. Let's check out exactly what we need to do to beat this move. So first, on block, most Terry players are going to end up doing a drive rush cancel. Probably into something like crouching light punch or standing light punch, because it's his fastest normal out of that. And when Terry is first announced, I thought this was going to be really strong, but it's actually not, because there is a gap between the drive rush and whatever attack he does next. So just to show you how to beat this, if you play a character with an invulnerable reversal, the best thing to do is just input your reversal after the drive rush flash. So if Terry decides to go for this on block and goes for his fastest move, doing a reversal will always beat him. Now I labbed out a bunch of different options, and it seems like the only thing Terry can do to kind of counter this counter is to just automatically go into his level 3 to make a read on your reversal. But I don't think that's a really practical thing to do, and it's pretty big brain, and really that's only going to happen once or maybe twice in a match, providing they have 3 bars. So remember, if you have an invulnerable reversal, just mash on that after you block the drive rush cancel. You're going to beat him every time. Now, if you play a character that doesn't have an invulnerable reversal, like Kimberly here, like Manon, doing an invulnerable super here is also a guaranteed way to beat Terry for going for the target combo into drive rush cancel. And in case you're wondering, no, Terry can't just hold block during this run. He doesn't recover fast enough to avoid the super or the reversal. Since Terry's been out for about a week, I think most Terry players know that their drive rush isn't really real, so some of them might end up just trying to cancel into a special move at the end of it instead. Every special move that he cancels into after this target combo are punishable on block, which means it's not a real string. So watch this. Boom, crouching jab. That's a 4-frame jab. Boom, that doesn't work either. What if I go into burn knuckle? Burn knuckle doesn't work. Hard version doesn't work either. And even if I go into like a shoryuken, this is a block string, so even if you're mashing on the button, you won't get hit. The only thing that he can kind of cancel into kind of safely is crack shoot. So you want to make sure that after you block the target combo, you're going to do a standing light punch, a 4 or 5 frame standing light punch, and that'll beat every single follow-up he has, including crack shoot. Then the only other thing you have to watch out for is if he decides to cancel this into quarter circle back light punch, because the second hit of this is an overhead. One, boom. You see how Ryu just stood up there? That's an overhead. So make sure you're actually watching the Terry player. If you see that come out, block the second hit overhead, and then Terry's -5. So you can just basically do any 4 or 5 frame move and then go for your best punish after that. Alright, so since we know that this target combo drive rush will lose to an invulnerable reversal, and that you can just do a standing light punch to beat all his regular follow-ups on block, we can put those two together to come up with a kind of like airtight, perfect counter to this. What you're going to want to do is always input a standing jab after the second hit of this target combo, and then if you see the drive rush come out, then input your reversal. So if you put it all together, it look like this. I block the first 2 hits, I do a standing jab, I see drive rush, then I input the reversal right after that. If he decides to go for the same kind of pressure, I'll be able to beat him out of that. And then if he goes for the gapless pressure with the overhead, I just stand up and block it. So put those all together, make sure you're doing a stand jab after the second hit of the target combo, and then inputting a reversal if you see the drive rush will cancel, and you'll be able to beat this fake mix-up every single time. So the next thing from Terry that we're going to need to learn how to approach is his fireball game. So usually the general advice in this game is to try to parry fireballs as much as possible. But against Terry, I actually recommend not doing parry against fireballs too often, and that's because of his medium fireball. Now in case you don't know, his medium fireball doesn't travel full screen while his light fireball does. So what a lot of Terry players will do is they'll kind of stay at a range just at the tip of the medium punch fireball to try to get you to parry. But your parry's not going to actually connect with the fireball, so you end up wasting drive meter. And then not only that, what Terry players will do, they'll drive rush in and then throw you during the recovery frames of your parry to get that extra punish counter damage. And it would look something like this. So that's exactly what Terry players want to do when they're throwing fireballs. So instead just walk for it and guard as a general counterplay. However, there is one pretty powerful counterplay that you can do against this. So if you are going to commit to the parry, what you should do instead of just tapping the parry button is tapping parry and then drive rushing forward. This way, if the light punch fireball doesn't connect with you, you'll be able to cancel your drive rush and hopefully stop Terry before he actually gets to set up his game. So it would look like this with Bison. He's got a fast drive rush. You walk in, you throw, and then you're going to punish Terry for trying to go for the same thing. And that's going to help you out a lot with his fireball and mid-range game plan. So try that out in your matches, and I'm sure it's going to help. All right, next thing we need to learn how to deal with is his medium and hard versions of Burn Knuckle. So the medium version starts up in 23 frames and moves pretty fast, so being able to react to this is a little bit too difficult in a real match. However, the hard version, if you look at Terry, whenever he does the hard version, he kind of sticks his hands up in the air like this. That's your cue to hit the drive impact button. So the hard burn knuckle is pretty free to drive impact, especially around this kind of a range here. So just remember that when you're playing against Terry, as long as you're not in this range and you're more kind of at mid-range and a little bit further out, if he tries to get in for free with the hard burn knuckle, just remember to always watch Terry, even when he's far away. Look at the character. As soon as you see those hands go up, push drive impact, and you're going to get a guaranteed punish. Alright, so next we got one more target combo that we need to learn, and that's his standing medium punch, standing hard punch target combo. Now this doesn't seem too strong on paper, but in an actual match it's actually pretty useful. As you can see here with the frame data, it's -5, but has so much pushback that nobody can really punish this as long as he's spacing it properly. So let's pick Ryu's standing light kick, which actually has amazing range. And then I'm going to do his medium punch, hard punch target combo right at the tip. Boom, you see, he can't even punish that. If he does it like point blank, then yes, you get a punish with a 5-frame light. But generally, this target combo is always going to be safe. So this target combo has a gap in it. And the second hit is not special cancelable, and it's not even super cancelable. So Terry's pretty much committed to that option when he goes for it. So because this target combo has a gap in it, that means you can actually try to go for a perfect parry in between the first and second hits. And if you get the perfect parry, you're going to be able to get a counter, you're going to be able to get a combo against this. So if you know that the Terry player is definitely going for the second hit of this and not just stopping at one, and they're just always inputting the second hit, you can try to go for a perfect parry against that and take your turn back and turn the tides that way. One special thing though, even though there's a gap, don't push drive impact in between the first and second hits because Terry will have enough time to do his own drive impact. As long as the Terry player is actually watching and being careful, there's more than enough time to react with their own drive impact here. So just make sure you're not going for random drive impacts between the first and second hit of his target combo. And just like any other target combo with a gap in it, if you know the Terry player is going to go for this, you could always just do a reversal or a super in between the first and second hits. Just be careful because if Terry doesn't do the target combo and just does standing medium punch, you're going to eat a huge punish for that. So there's some risk reward involved in that, but if you know the Terry player is just constantly doing this medium punch, hard punch target combo, you can always just fit in a reversal in between the first and second hits if you don't feel like doing like a perfect parry or something like that. So next I'm going to show you counters to really common patterns that Terry players will go for after combos in the corner. One of Terry's most common corner combos is this, and he ends with this hard punch rising tackle. So after this he's probably either going to throw you, meet you, or shimmy you. A really common sequence that Terry players will go for on your wake up is this into the heavy version of his fireball, which is going to put him at +5 frames if you block that. I highly recommend you practice the perfect parry timing against this because if you do, you get a nice juicy back throw and you're going to be able to turn the tides and take your advantage back for blocking that. Alright, so the next thing you're going to want to learn how to counter is his quarter circle back light punch special, and it looks like this. So the important thing with this move is that the second hit is an overhead, so you have to block this standing. So go into training mode, record Terry doing that, block the second hit high, and then just practice your best combo. And make sure you don't let the Terry player get away with that because it's totally fake. The next thing we're going to look at in this video is dealing with Terry's round wave pressure. A lot of Terry players will do the first or second hit of standing hard punch and cancel it into round wave to take their turn back and get +5 frames if you end up blocking this. However, there is a gap in between standing hard punch and the first hit of this fireball. So if I push a jab, boom. Even a 6-frame move kind of beats this. Alright, so you can push buttons in between that. Just be careful though, because Terry can counter you. Because his hard punch actually has so much pushback, if he catches you matching, he'll be able to create a space trap there and be able to punish you for always pushing buttons to challenge his hard punch into round wave fireball pressure. Mashing in between Terry's pressure when you think he's going to go for this fireball is a good choice, but just keep in mind that it does have some counterplay, so don't overuse it and always rely on that option, because a good Terry player will catch on to you and be able to punish you for always trying to interrupt him after his standing hard punch into fireball. Terry's only been out for about 6 days now, and that's all the general counterplay strategy I was able to come up with. I'm sure there's more, and I'm sure there's some things I missed. I just wanted to get this out to help you guys as much as I could as quickly as possible. If you learned something from this video and you enjoyed it, please consider hitting the like and subscribe buttons, because it does help support me as a content creator. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. And until next time, take care.